Yeah, good morning, everybody. So, I'm out here at the store waiting on the store to open. So I figured I'd just kill a little bit of time, make a little video real quick. It's kind of funny, though, because I just talked to the African dude that run the store like a couple days ago. And I asked him, I said, hey, brother, what time you open every day? And what time you close every day? So he says, oh, brother, we open 7 o'clock every single day. I said, oh, every day? I didn't know that. Oh, okay. So here it is, 7:36, almost 7:40. They ain't open. I know it's Sunday, but he said every day, so I'm here. But anyway. Title of this video is Revisionist History. It's kind of funny to me how some people like to revise history to always make them come out in a favorable position or in a way they remember it, and that's usually what it is to make them look better. We all make mistakes, that's what everybody says, right? So when the fuck did these mistakes actually happen? Because when you talk to people, they ain't never made no mistakes. They ain't never did nothing to hurt you. They ain't never did nothing that was wrong. Everything was perfect. That's what happens when you talk to people, right? But at the same time, we all make mistakes. That's what people say. When? Because when you bring up those mistakes, or maybe not even when you bring it up, but just when you're just talking about your life in general, what happened to you at a certain age, you're telling your story. Sometimes people hear that, or they get wind. They don't even hear you directly say it, but they get wind of what you said, and somehow they're hearing, I don't even know how they do it, they're hearing in the story what you're saying, or that what you supposedly said, because they didn't hear you say it, but they're hearing what you're saying in the story. But third-party information, they don't like it because they think in some kind of way it's making them bad, or it makes something they did wrong, or, oh, they trying to take shots at you or something. They're not even thinking about you. They're telling the story as they remember it. So I've been thinking about this one for a while, and I tend not to react right away when something happens. That's what I used to do when I was younger. I've gotten older now. I try to consider things. Why is this person saying this? Why is this happening this way? I try to react later. I try to be slow to react. But this one been bothering me. So, and I told y'all, I'm not letting people tell my story no more. I'm not letting people do that. And that's what revisionists, that's what's becoming. People want to revise history to make it seem like they didn't do what they actually did. I wasn't even talking about that. I didn't blame anybody for doing any specific thing. I just said this thing happened at this particular time. Somebody disagreed. Somebody else heard me say that, went back and told another person, and they disagreed. And they say, basically they're saying, oh, this thing, like Van is lying. This thing that he said happened, it actually didn't happen. Whoa. Because if it happened, then maybe it questions something they were supposed to do. I wasn't even linking that together, but whatever. So, it's kind of also funny how somebody can do you wrong. Nobody says shit about that, right? But if you say something about somebody else doing you wrong, somehow you are the bad guy. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't understand how that happens, but okay. Then no sane people, well, why didn't you come talk to me? It's later on, well, you didn't give a fuck no way, so what difference does it make anyway? But whatever. So the situation was, and see, some of y'all are just trolls. Really, that's just, you need to be honest about yourself, what you are. You are a troll. Because I can defend anything I say on my videos. A lot of times there's proof. There's witnesses, there's proof. There may even be documentation that supports the things I say. I try to be consistent about the things I say. I make mistakes too. A lot of the times. I get things wrong too. And when I do, I try to go back and correct the record. Okay? So, on my videos, I've said it a couple of times on different videos. And over the years, I've said it. It's not, to me, it's like just regular. I started work when I was 14 years old. Stop. How anybody can have a problem with me saying that is beyond me. Simply saying, hey, I started work when I was 14. I've been doing business since I became a manager at 15. Okay? I became a salary manager at 18. These are facts. It's not even a big deal whether I don't need nobody to agree with me or disagree with me. This is what happened. This is my life. You think I don't remember my first day of work? I remember it clearly. But anyway, so I said that on a video, and I was just trying to prove another point. I wasn't making no big deal out of it. I just said this thing happened. That's all I said. This thing happened. I started work. Well, I've been doing business since I was 14. Anybody who knows me knows I worked for McDonald's. I moved up and became a salary manager with McDonald's. In large part to my best friend mother. His mother was an area supervisor with McDonald's. So large part, that's thanks to her. So I try to also give credit when things happen to certain people who were involved with me in my life at that particular time. I don't try to take credit from nobody and say, oh, I did all of this stuff by myself and nobody ever helped me. I never said that. But some kind of way, that's what certain people hear when you say these things. They hear what they want to hear. Then when you start telling the truth about these people, things that they actually did, they get angry because, oh, like you're taking shots at them or you're trying to throw somebody under the bus. No, actually, I was not. So anyway, again, I was on the video. I was talking about how I've been doing business since I was 14 years old. That is a true fucking statement. Okay? Now, here's where I was wrong. I said the wrong year. So I had to go back and do the math. Okay, remember how old I was at a particular juncture. What year did I turn 14? So I did. I went back. I was 1 year off. I think I've been saying 89. Based on my math I'm doing this morning, I think it was 1990. Which kind of makes more sense. Okay? Because I started high school. That was the year I graduated junior high school. And then I started high school that September. Okay? So that kind of makes sense. Now that I don't think about it that much. So I had to go back and think about it. But it doesn't change what I said on the story. What I said, I didn't say, oh, I turned 4. I've been doing business since 1989. I may have said that, but I don't think I've said that. I've been doing business since 1990 when I turned 14 years old. So let's do the math. If I turned in August of 1990, I turned 14. That means the following year, 1991, I turned 15. 1992, I turned 16. 1993, I turned 17. 1994, that summer, I turned 18. Okay, y'all with me, right? So my story is that I've been doing business since, in some form of fashion, I've been doing business since I was 14 years old. I understand business. I get it. I became a manager at 15, 16 years old. I might have not have quite been 16 the summer I got promoted to manager. Because I get promoted, my birthday's in August, so technically I could have been 15. I think it might have been June or July that year where I got promoted to manager. Because I was already a crew leader. That's when we actually used to have those positions. But whatever. But people want to prove you wrong. They want to revise history all the time and prove you wrong. Okay? Which I don't know why, but anyway, so this person never saw my video. They heard about it through somebody else. So when I'm talking to this person later on, he catches an attitude with me. Like, why you say this? Because it's fucking true. That's why I said it. Okay. Oh, no, you didn't start working for McDonald's until you were 16. No, that's not true. Because when I was 16, I was living in South Carolina. Everybody knows I worked for McDonald's on Dodge Street in East Orange. And then on Central Avenue in East Orange. Sometimes I worked on 18th Avenue and Springfield Avenue, and on the occasional time on Central Avenue, because the operator, who owned all of the stores in the area. Okay? But again, I don't even understand why I'm having this conversation, because the video that I made was like a week or 2 weeks old at that point. So I say to this person, have you seen my video? Just like that. No, sir, I heard somebody say something about it. So you didn't see it yourself, but you're going to tell me what I said on a video that you didn't see. And they get an attitude with me because I'm asking them this. I'm like, yes, what I said on my video was true. When I was 16 years old, I was already in South Carolina. That was 1992. We went to South Carolina in October of 92. So up until that point, I had been working for McDonald's. I didn't stop working for McDonald's during the school year. And I left in the middle of the school year in October to come down south. Then that following summer, I actually worked at Hardee's for one summer, and I hated it. And my Aunt Betty got me that job there, and I quit. And then I started working for my Uncle Jack with my cousin Keith. Okay, we would do little odd jobs for my uncle, clean off out of a park, old parking lot where a trailer was at, or, cutting wood or whatever, hauling wood. That's what I did here and there with my cousin Keith and my Uncle Jack. Sometimes me and Keith would ride the school bus to my Uncle Jack's house, and we would get off the bus there instead of going home. And Uncle Jack would just take us home later on, okay? So again, like I told y'all, not only do I have proof, because my cousin Keith is on here, and I'm sure he could vouch for me what I'm saying, and some of y'all went to school with me in South Carolina and in New Jersey, so you know what I'm saying. You can do your math, and our math should line up because we graduated in 1994. That summer, I turned 18 while I was already at South Carolina State. Okay, so I was 17 when I graduated, 18 when I was already at college. I don't understand why this is even a controversy. Anybody can look at my diploma. Hell, you can go back and look at, I think Brianna posted my diploma from VLD when I graduated school that year. Okay, I remember going to get my work permit that year because I had to beg my grandparents to sign it that summer so I can get my working papers. Okay, I remember all of that. But people are revisionists, and they remember what they want to remember to make themselves look better. Now, I'm telling my history. I'm not telling their history. I'm telling my history. And I'm not saying anything to make them look bad in any kind of way. I've never said to anybody, I had a bad childhood. Okay? I've never said that. So let me put that on the record too, because I've heard why you say this, why you say that. You act like you had a bad childhood. No, I never said that, and I'm not acting like that. My childhood was what it was. At the time, I didn't know if it was good or bad or not. I was just doing what everybody else was doing, just living life. And I don't reflect on my childhood at that time and go, oh, it was horrible, it was this, and I was traumatized. I've never said nothing like that. I tell people where I grew up at a particular time, but I really don't get into what happened, why it happened, who did this. I pretty much had a good childhood. That's the way I remember it. I had good things that happened and bad things. Things could have been better, things could have been worse. I think most people would say that about their childhoods, right? But somebody, when they want to be a revisionist and make themselves great or whatever they're trying to do, or maybe erase some of the shit that they did, they want to try to rewrite your history, okay? $1990, that summer, I was in a band in junior high school. I played the bass clarinet, right? One year we went to Canada. The following year, which was 1990, we went to Florida. This is how I remember this year, because I had a lot going on that year, okay? And one of the things I remember about that Florida trip, I didn't have as much money as I wanted to have going down to Disney World. My parents gave me some money. Different aunts, different people contributed and gave me some money. But some of the other kids had more money. And I remember that. I remember feeling like that. It might have been some souvenir or something I wanted. I don't remember what exactly I wanted. But it might have been some kind of souvenir or some shit that I wanted. And I couldn't buy it because I didn't have enough money. But some of the other kids did. Not all of the other kids. Some of them. Okay? Bro, I think they closed, man. I've been waiting on it. Yeah, I know. They open at 7, right?
Yeah, they shouldn't be closed. I go up here every Sunday to get me a cigar, and they be open, so they close today.
Yeah, check that door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been sitting out here about 30 minutes. I figured he'd be coming out, opening the door. The car over there. It's the cars over there, but I don't know. I walked over here, so I figured I'd just stay. I ain't seen nobody walking around, but anyway.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And I just asked him the other day, I said, yo, what time y'all open? He said, brother, 7 o'clock every morning. I said, okay.
Yeah. And that guy would give me a cigar.
Yeah.
Because I know this is the only store
that you can sell Lucy's and stuff unless you walk to the other side, right?
Yeah. I mean cigars, not
right.
Lucy's. Unless I walk all the way down to Glenwood, but I said, this is the closest store.
Right. That's why I come over here, because I live right on Tennyson. So I've been waiting about 30 minutes now. I'm going to wait till about 8 o'clock something, and I'm going to bounce. So anyway, but this is why I say people be trolling. Instead of having a conversation with me about what I said, you want to talk to somebody else about what I said. I don't give a fuck what that person thinks, or any of you, especially when it comes to my personal history. So if you got a disagreement with me, call me up and ask me, hey, why you say this thing? This ain't really true. Maybe you remembering it funny, because they want to try to play like there's always something wrong with your memory. Okay? That's what they want to do. They want to play like it's something wrong with your memory. But their memory is perfect. Okay? That's what's funny to me. So you don't remember something when you was 13, 14 years old, but they remember it perfectly. I don't remember other people's lives like that. Unless I was involved personally at that particular time with what you was doing. But I just don't remember your random history because I wasn't a part of it. I wasn't there. But it's kind of funny. And this time period is real interesting to me. This is an interesting time period. People in my family just seem to mess up this time period, 1990. And they remember shit all kind of different ways. I remember that year because that's the prime. That's like prime years right there. I was in 8th grade. You know, I'm the big dog in school now. We go to Florida. I'm getting ready to go to high school. You know, that was a prime pivotal point in my life. I remember that year more so than the previous year. I don't remember my 7th grade year very much. I don't remember it that much. I remember we went to Canada, but that's about all, the only thing I remember that year. I don't remember anything big happening that year, significant, in my 7th grade year. I'm starting junior high school, yeah, but my 8th grade year was more prominent, you know, and because that was the transition going from junior high to high school. We went to Canada, we went to the previous year, but we went to Orlando that particular year. So I remember that year pretty good. And I remember I had a lot of friends, like we was all in the band and shit. You know, a lot of y'all are on my line. So you know what I'm saying is true. We got pictures of that time period that's been posted on Facebook. So people just remember shit the way they want to remember it. But that's your personal prerogative. But don't tell somebody, oh, Van is a liar, Van don't remember, or like Van is crazy. And I'm not taking shots at nobody. But it's time to start being honest about some shit. Okay? So if you were doing a certain thing that may have affected your memory during that time period, maybe it's you who don't remember. That's all I'm saying about that. I wasn't doing that thing, nor have I. But if you were, that's your business. I'm not even saying you're a bad guy. People do things and later on change. That happens. That's life. But at that time, you can't come back later on because you're not doing that thing today. Act like you never did that thing. You did that thing. And it affected people. And it affected you. But that wasn't even the point of the story. But this is what somebody tried to make it out to be. And they're going, well, why you say it? Because it was true. Oh, you ain't start working till you were 16. Bullshit. I was 14. I had to get my working papers. At 16, you didn't need working papers. But at 14, you did. Okay? But people remember what they want to remember. The reason I remember it, because this thing, I actually have forgot about it. I'm talking about something that's like a month old. Then it happened again last week. That's what got me thinking about it. I was doing graphic designs, and a lot of people I've helped or, you know, design business cards, design flyers, might have did a website for. It's no big deal. That's what I was doing. It's no big deal. So if I'm telling a story like, yeah, I designed business cards for this person's business, that's true. That's what happened. That's what happened. But some kind of way by me saying that, this person got offended. Like, oh, you didn't help them start this business? I didn't say I did. All I said was I did X, Y, and Z. I was there. but some kind of way to hear what you're saying. I said I designed some business cards. They're hearing like I'm trying to take credit from something that they did. I didn't do that. All I said is I designed some business cards, I made some flyers, and I made a website for this person to help them with what they was trying to do. That's all I said. So now we talking directly, and they getting offended. Oh, I did this. So I kind of bit my tongue. That's what I did. I bit my tongue. Okay? Because the truth of the matter is I did more than just order some business cards. That's the truth of the matter. I was a little bit more involved in the process than that. But I let the person have a little glory, because that wasn't even, again, it was another conversation. I was making a whole nother point. And this person, they got revisionist history, but what they're hearing is you trying to take something from me. All I'm saying is, hell, I made some business cards. That was the only point that I was making. This person had this particular type of business. I thought somebody else could benefit from it. And I brought it up. I'm telling a story of a past event. They're hearing, oh, you're trying to take my credit from me. I guess, I don't know. I really don't know what they're hearing. I'm assuming at this point what they're thinking. I don't know what this person was thinking, because I ain't give a fuck. But I know what I did. So anyway, I'm trying to see what the hell this is. I'll be getting these pop-ups. I don't know who that was. Can't see it. Anyway. But the problem a lot of y'all gonna have is, why is he talking about this? Because this is my life. This is my shit. Why can't I talk about what happened to me in 1990? What is the problem? Why can't I say I did this particular thing for somebody if I did that thing? Y'all don't see a problem with the person revising history and making up shit. Y'all don't even see a problem with the third party person running back telling this other person something that they don't fully understand. Okay? So if somebody does you wrong, you're not allowed to say something. Hey, you that's fucked up what you did. Well, I can't talk about it to nobody else. I don't understand that. But the person who did wrong can just do wrong continuously, or say whatever they want to say at any time. But the person being wronged is not allowed to say nothing. And then in turn, y'all gonna get mad at the person who was wronged. All my videos, I've been making videos for a while. And I've been saying this over and over. If anybody wants to prove me wrong, let's talk. If there's just some confusion about what I say, because I go out of my way to try to be accurate in what I'm saying. And I do make mistakes. And usually when I make mistakes, I come back and say, oh, I was a little wrong about this date. This thing happened, but I was a little off on the date. And that's what I just did this morning with I was off by a year. I had to remember what year I graduated VLD. That's 1990. That was the year that I started working. My first day of work was August 17th, my birthday. I went to unload the truck on my first day of work. Why do I remember that? Because my birthday's in the summer. Deuce's birthday is in February. I can't remember when Rock's birthday is, but everybody else was starting to work before me, like months before me, and they had shoes, they had money, so I was jealous. I'm like, damn, I can't wait till I start working so I could get those things too. So that way, when I start high school, I can start saving up my money and get my gear together, so when I start high school, I'm starting with a fresh pair of sneakers, okay, that I bought myself. I was proud of that time. So I remember this time very well. Why would you? I don't remember my my kids' 8th grade year at all. I don't remember what they did on the summer of the 8th grade year. I have no clue. Can't remember it. I'm sure I was there, but I don't remember what happened, like a specific thing. I'd have to go back and look at the pictures. But right off the top of my head, I don't remember that. What parent does remember what happened in August of the year their child turned 14 years old? Who remembers that specific thing like that? I would assume that my kids would remember their own year, especially if something happened, because that's a year you're going from middle school to high school. So typically people tend to remember that part of their life. Maybe not. But I would ask them, hey, you remember the year you turned, or the year you turned 14, or the year you... That's how I would handle that. I wouldn't just assume, oh, that person is wrong, they're off. And to correct my history, which is funny to me. Okay, it's very funny to me. Because not only do I remember where I was, I remember where they were. And we weren't in the same place. Okay? During that time period. Things was changing in my life at that time period. My grandparents were building their house down here, so they were back and forth. They hadn't moved down south yet, but they were back and forth down south all the time. My cousin Tamika was in college that time. She was going to Montclair State, so I remember that. I had more freedom around the house for the first time. I remember that. Okay. If I remember correctly, my Aunt Joyce was living in Roselle. I think she had an apartment out there in Roselle, her and Danny. Okay. So I remember different things at that time here and where people were, because that was a pivotal part of my life. Things were different at that time period than they had been before. Okay. My cousin Kenyatta got locked up that summer. I remember that. Because that was part of the reason I made the decision. No, he didn't get locked up the summer of 1990. He got locked up the summer of 92, excuse me. And that was part of the reason that I made the decision to go down south. But whatever. But I don't tell people, unless I was personally involved with a particular situation, I don't tell people, oh no, that person was wrong about what they're saying, unless I was right there or somehow personally involved. If I wasn't personally involved, I'm just going to say, I don't know. I vaguely remember, I may say something like that, but I'm not going to correct the record unless I know for a fact the person is absolutely wrong. So let me move forward. That guy kind of threw me off. So I helped somebody start up a business. I didn't just design business cards. I actually got a little bit more involved in helping them get their business going. Okay? This is one of the reasons why I don't do that today. See, I've never told this story before. So a lot of y'all think, oh, I just act funny. I'm not doing a certain thing. No, because I played this game before, which is the point of why I said what I said. I've been doing this shit for a long time. That's what started the whole conversation. And it's kind of funny how these things keep kind of like reoccurring. But anyway, I got a little bit more involved in the business, somebody else's business, than I really wanted to be. But I was exuberant and I tried to help do the best I can with my skill set, help this person the best I can. So I made flyers, I made business cards, I made a website. I went to meetings. I went to the business meetings. I took them to the first one. Okay? But see, that the story don't get told like that. The story gets told that they did something and I'm trying to take credit for it, even though I was sitting right there. I'm not trying to take credit for it. I'm stating the facts. I was right there. These are the things I did. So my question is, what the fuck did you do? Because it says, I did this, I did that. Okay, what did you do? Let's be real about it. You wrote a check? You gave somebody some money? Is that what you did? Because I really don't remember. I know I was there. I'm not even sure if you were there. I know I took this person to the meeting to start their business. I know I was there. I drove. I remember where the meeting was at. Okay. I remember that. So wait a minute, let's go back. I took them to the meeting so they could start their business. Right? I helped them design the business cards. I ordered the business cards. I got the business cards shipped to me. I helped them design flyers, ordered the flyers, had the flyers shipped to me. I did a website, okay, to help them with their business. That website address was on the bottom of the business card. Okay. So what exactly did you do? What did you do? Since we want to remove me from history, because I was right there. That wasn't even the point of my story. I was just saying it was another party that could have took advantage of this person's business. I'm telling a story to somebody. Hey, this person had this business, and this other person didn't even want to do business with them, and it would have saved them some money. That was the story. But this other person listening to the story goes, what are you talking about? I helped start that business. I'm like, who said you didn't? Like, what are you talking about? That wasn't the point of the story. The point of the story was, these are the things I did, and this person could have took advantage of it. And they didn't want to save no money because they was being petty. That was the point of the story. So, but it just happens all the time. Usually I just ignore it. But it's getting ridiculous now. Because then the person that they telling this shit to is forming an opinion about me that ain't even true. And it's funny, and I've seen people, it's not all, everybody don't do this, but some people like to revise history to make themselves look better. For whatever reason they doing it. I don't know why they doing it, but they do it. Or make it seem like they didn't do something bad. I've seen people do that too. Like, wait a minute, you just forgot all that bad, evil shit that you did? We just gonna forget that shit ever happened, huh? Okay, I get that too. But people, when it starts affecting if it's just me and you, then that's cool. But if it's affecting other people that I care about, then I got a problem with that. But that's a lot of times people want to revise history. Again, what has Van lied about? I'm asked that question openly. So if I'm a liar, prove it. Let's have a conversation. We can do it live. Because you could be wrong. I could be wrong about something. That don't mean I'm a liar. So maybe I'm just wrong. I could be that. But they try to make it seem like, oh, you lying. He always lying. Like, lying about what? How many people graduated with us from VLD in 1990? Most of y'all on here with me. So all of y'all could raise your hands. Or say something. Hey, I graduated that year. I graduated that year. How many of us actually went to Florida? Hell, I may forgot some of y'all. A lot of us went. Our band was big. So a lot of us that's on here with me today remembers this trip. But whatever. Revisionist History is funny though. This store still ain't fucking open, man. I don't know what's going on with this dude, man. But they ain't got no hours posted nowhere on the store window, nothing. I'm peeking in the store. I don't even know if anybody's here. I see a car over here. Is it still here or did it leave? Let me see if it's not. No, the car is still there. There's cars in the parking lot. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I was trying to get this done before the kids got up. So, but this is frustrating. And I really don't want to walk over there to Walgreens. Fuck. I really didn't feel like doing this. But I've been out here an hour. I'm invested now. This is what I hate about not being able to drive. Because this is like literally like 2 minutes from my house. So, but you walk, it becomes like a big walk, like 30 minutes. And, you know, it's just a hassle for me, you know. Just a hassle, but do what I gotta do. Do what I gotta do. If I was walking this far, I wouldn't have wore these damn shorts. I got these damn gym shorts on and they sagging. I'd have put my cargo shorts on, but anyway. Fuck. It's just amazing to me, though, that people who are revisionists, those are the ones who usually have a problem. Because most people don't act like that. Most people don't do shit like that. But revisionists, you could have just had a conversation with them. You could be texting them, and they'll accuse you in a text message of saying something you didn't say, or not admitting that they just said something. I'm like, dude, I got a screenshot of you saying what you just said. Like, how you gonna argue with me about saying, oh, I ain't say that? Yes, you did. Here's your screenshot. You just said it 5 minutes ago. Why do we have to have arguments like with shit like that? Like, I don't understand. Like, why can't you just admit you did something? Like, it's not a big deal. It becomes a big deal when you lie about it. So I'm seeing the same text message that you're seeing, so I know you can see it. So it ain't like you made a mistake. You're looking at the same shit I'm looking at this moment. Crazy. But some kind of way you're wrong because you said something about it. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't even know where that logic comes from, you know, on the real. I don't know where that logic comes from. Oh, I hate walking across this street. Hell, not too long ago, I couldn't even walk this far, to be honest with you. I would be exhausted. So that's how I measure myself typically lately. You know, how easy it is for me to walk somewhere. Because I could not walk this far. I just couldn't do it. I physically wasn't able to. Now, wait a minute. So I walked over here to Walgreens. I was thinking this would be open. I'm thinking, hell, they might not even be open either. Oh my God. This is crazy. This is crazy. There's cars out here, so maybe it just ain't no customers yet. I don't know. About to be at the door. Oh, okay, y'all open. All right, I'm gonna hit y'all back.